Test, test, test. Perfect. Alrighty, just got everything up and running. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and welcome to the very first recruitment race of the third-party gaming UMP Mod Hustlers League. This is going to be Season 5, and this is an invitation-only league. We're running our first recruitment race tonight out of 4, and as you can see, we already got a previous champion up here in the front in Colton Zimmer. Colton Zimmer was last year's champion, actually, in the UMP Modifieds as well as the Pro Late Models. He's been a very consistent car from top to bottom here with us, and I expect more of the same from him tonight on this one. But I'm really curious what some of these other drivers are going to be able to put together in this race. We should have a very good competition tonight. I'm going to get everything switched over in just a second. I apologize I'm a little late. Just want to get the broadcast posted for everybody real quick as we wait to go 1 to green this time by. Alright, now that I got everything posted, we are racing. Here we go. As you got Colton Zimmer leading them around into turn 1. And you got the number 3 car as well as the, and not the number 3. It looks like my overlays are not doing me right. But you got Colton Zimmer, Ty Williams, and Landon Rogers in a very tight battle in the first 3. And you got Levi Wilkerson right behind them as well in that number 3 machine. Colton Zimmer is still as consistent as ever, sitting there in that number 20 car. Still running for Matt Julius, Speed Shop, and they are a very fast group over there. As you can see, he is just pretty much pulling away from the field at this point. Let's go ahead and get a blimp view. We got a very good racing in the back, or a second place between Ty Williams and Landon Rogers, but the longer they stay side by side, the more you're going to see Colton Zimmer check out, as we're 5 of 10 this time by. Colton Zimmer's going to bring him back around into turn 3. A little bit of tire smoke coming off that car, so he's definitely pushing it about as hard as he can. Apologize about the audio right there. I thought I had everybody muted. I guess not. I'm sorry. Sorry you got to see all that. Bye. Again, deeply apologize about that. Was a little late getting everything up and running for you, but as we're sitting here with 4 laps to go, Colton Zimmer with a commanding second to second and a half lead going on right now. Compared to our second and third place runners right now, Ty Williams here in the number 3 machine, as well as Levi, as well as his version of the number 3. We'll have to get Ty rocking a 3W at some point so we can get used to that. Ty Williams is another driver. He ended up getting 3rd place in our UMP Modifieds last season, rocking the 01 machine. Looks like he's coming in with a fresh face, new number, and he's really ready to see what he can do. Sitting in that 3rd place position, we're going to have Levi Wilkerson coming around on the top line right there, while he's got Halton Miller sitting on his bumper. I think he accidentally ended up getting a lap down, might have missed the start. Nonetheless, able to get some good track time out here, and he's making some headway. But look at this battle we got going on for second right now. You got 4 cars. Oh, it's going around. We're going to have... I don't think it's going to be our first caution. I think the white flag was out already for Colton Zimmer as he comes around. Hopefully he won't be involved in any of that traffic. And they were already at the checkered anyway, so I slightly missed it. Just getting back into form this season, it looks like. Colton Zimmer is going to be your winner out there for Heat 1. Ty Williams in 2nd. Levi Wilkerson in 3rd. Landon Rogers and Halton Miller will round out your top 5 going into this very first heat of Season 5. Like I said before, go ahead and give me your guys' picks. Who do you guys think is going to win this race today? I do think there's going to be... I think it's going to be a lot of competition in the front. If you just look at this off rip and just look at our previous winners, you would think Colton Zimmer is going to run away with it. But I really see this race tighten it up, especially toward the end as we get ready to run our second set of heat races out here. Let's go ahead and check out the running order we got right now. Starting off in the front, we're going to have the number 43 car of Landon I know I butchered his name 15 times last year, and he'll probably send me a DM if he's the same guy, but I believe it's Landon McLeod. Second place is going to be the number 11 car of Dalton Bragg. Sitting in that 3rd place position is going to be the number 27 car of Dylan Patterson. And sitting in 4th place is going to be the number 5 car of Caden Searcy. Bold predictions, guys. Who do you guys think is going to win this race? I think it's a nice little stacked field, but I think the man who I can't say his name correctly is going to get it done. I could probably find the DM he sent me. I'm pretty sure that's him. There was a couple people as I'm getting in the broadcast, and I wasn't the best at pronouncing names, and I got some interesting DMs. So I apologize about all that. But hopefully he can go ahead and get a win, take this home, get the invite to the league, and yell at me at my DMs later as we get ready. The pace truck's rolling out, and we get ready to go green flag racing. Looks like race control bumped this up to 1 to green, so we're actually going to go green flag this time by. Start's going to be on Landon here. Let's go ahead and take from our blimp cam and see how they get it together. This is nice 2x2 racing, quick 4-man heat. Should be a very good one. Oh, looks like pace truck is not coming in. My overlay lied to me. We will be going 1 to green this time by. So as we wait on this, just wanted to thank some of our sponsors ahead of time. First off, HRI, Hearts Racing Initiative. We thank them for everything they do, along with Troy's Auto Detailing. We really couldn't have survived last year without the help of those guys as well, specifically to Troy. Bender Designs, want to give a huge shout out to them as well with everything Max does, especially in the Discord and with the wraps. It is a huge appreciative thing he does, and a lot of people out here are actually rocking some Bender Design wraps. So if you ever need a wrap, go ahead and talk to him. But enough of that. We are lap 1 almost in the books. We are 3 wide going in for first place coming out of turn 4. Landon's going to be your leader out of turn 1 or lap 1. But Dalton Bragg is right on his butt, and Dylan is not giving much headway either. I might stay on this blimp cam. This thing is beautiful. Let's go ahead and change the view for a little bit. It looks like Landon's going to rock the outside line. Dylan Patterson's trying to do what he can to make the inside work for him as well. I mean, he's got a lot of racetrack down there, and nobody's messing with it too much. Lanier is famously known for being a top-sided track, so we'll see where everybody decides to put the car in the long run. Landon's going to stay your leader going into lap 4. Dalton Bragg about 0.3 of a second behind, and Dylan's going to be about 0.3 of a second behind him. Rounding out the back is going to be the number 5 car of Caden Searcy as we sit here and look at our battle for the lead we have right now. And take a look at the right front of our leader. You can see he's holding it about as close as he can to the wall. He's got that right rear sitting on the cushion, and he is going. Sitting there in first place still is going to be Landon at the halfway point. Dalton Bragg sitting in second place about 0.4 of a second behind him. And Dylan Patterson is going to round out your top 3 about a second behind. Caden Searcy is still rounding out the back. He's about 4 seconds back now, but making some consistent laps. I wouldn't be shocked to see him become a factor later on toward the end of the feature. As we sit here in the front, though, back on the left front cam, Landon got into the wall a little bit. Don't know if it's going to matter enough for Dalton. Let's see if we can get a view of what Dalton's dealing with right now. As you can see, he's doing everything he can. He's trying to wheel that car and do what he can to get around Landon right now, but Landon's fast. It's going to take a lot to get around that modified. He's got it hooked up tonight and ready to go as we get ready to bring it around for the white flag right now. White flag this time. Landon's still going to be your leader. Dalton in second. Dylan Patterson in third. 1, 2, 3. Dylan Patterson's going to go for the slider. Can he make it work? Dalton Bragg with the crossover. Landon in first. Dalton in second. Dylan Patterson in third. Landon Rogers will be your, or Landon Rogers, I am sorry. Landon McLeod will be your winner for that heat race. As always, we are going to, before the feature, sit here for a warm-up session. We always give about 3 minutes for the drivers to warm up. In recruitment races, it's never as big of a deal, but for example, if you are, let's say, the first or second heat out there and then you haven't raced again until the feature, it's kind of nice to get a feel for what the track's going to be like. So we'll let these guys have a chance, burn the track up a little bit, get used to it as we sit here and thank some of our sponsors again, like I was saying. Bender Designs, Troy's Auto Detailing, HRI, we greatly appreciate all those guys. We also appreciate some of the promoters that we work with as well over at Regal Promotions. We got an event going on with them tomorrow, the Regal Promotions versus Third Party Gaming Challenge Series. It's going to be in non-wing 360s over at Port Royal, so I can't wait to see everybody over there for that race. Also want to thank some of the broadcast partners we use, like Fast Track Productions. We used Buckeye Racing Network in the past as well, and anybody else that I'm thinking of, can't think of at the moment. I don't want you to think you're forgotten. We greatly appreciate all you guys as well. But as we sit here and as we wait for this race, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our faster guys for this warm-up session right now. As we sit here and look at Ty Williams sitting in second place with the second fastest time, about 600ths of a second behind Colton with that 14.38. Let's take a look at Colton right now. Looks like he's got a very fast car as well. As you can see, still running that top side. This is a very top dominant track, and I don't expect anything to change for the future. We'll go ahead and give these guys a chance to warm up real quick. We're going to take a 60-second break, and we will be back for the feature.
I don't know. You think he's got it in him? Yeah, I would say Colton wins.
Done. Oh,
Yeah.
Justin,
Okay.
check your email. Check your third party game email.
Once the race is over, top three, if you could line up for a
That are
picture
you able
and
to
join the
download
voice
that?
channel, we'll do interviews for the top three. Also, if you have a single car accident, like you spin by
You're
yourself,
gonna have to
just
go
try and
through
correct
Google
it
Drive.
or clear off the track. This recruitment race doesn't mean much. We just want to get
Okay.
everything through.
Not the TikTok app, but that's the TikTok. Think of it as the TikTok version of OBS. Unless if you pay for or whatever Streamlabs, unless if you pay for the fancy version and they give you their stream key, you're not streaming through that.
10-4.
Alright, we are back. We are live. Let's get ready for some racing. Like I said, who do you guys think is going to pull this one together? We got a very stacked field. Let's go ahead and go over it real quick. Starting off in our pole position is going to be the number 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Starting in second place is going to be the number 43 car of Landon McLeod. Starting in third is going to be the number 3 machine of Ty Williams. Sitting outside of him, second row outside, is going to be the number 11 at Dalton Bragg. Third row inside is going to be the number 3 of Levi Wilkerson with Dylan Patterson on his outside, third row outside. Number 9 car of Landon Rogers is going to be standing fourth row inside. And then you got Caden Searcy and Hayton Miller to roll out our top 10 as we're green flag racing. Colton Zimmer is going to take him into turn 1. Go ahead and take a look at this as if we were in the stands. This is a beautiful scene as I've ever seen it. We got 2 wide, 3 wide racing going in on the inside of turn 3 and 4. We're 4 wide. Holy shit. Excuse my language, but here we go. Colton Zimmer's bringing them around, and we got our first yellow flag of Season 5. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it was. It looks like Dylan Patterson was involved in the mix. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, it looks like... Let me get back to it. I'm sorry. Looks like in the mix of that 4-wide racing, we ended up having Dylan Patterson, Dalton Bragg, and I believe that is Landon Rogers out there, all ran out of real estate going 3 wide on the outside. Unfortunately, it looks like Dylan Patterson was the worst recipient of that, so we will get ready and let Race Control make their call as we get ready to wait for our start. With that being said, that should be the very first choose car of the season. As soon as I see that choose car out there, we will go ahead and get it marked so everybody can see where they are supposed to be. Perfect. As we sit here and wait for that, let's go ahead and take a look at our current standings as of right now. Sitting in first place is still going to be Colton Zimmer. Sitting in second place, I know it says 01, but it looks like Ty had to change a car. The number 3 car, Ty Williams. Sitting in third place is going to be the number 43 car of Landon M. Sitting in fourth place is going to be the second number 3 car of Levi Wilkerson. And rounding out our top 5, depending how the standings turn out, it should be Landon Rogers, because I think Dalton and Dylan were both involved in accidents. As we wait, I see him coming out right now. That's going to be our third-party gaming choose car this season. Sponsored, of course, by third-party gaming, HRI, and Bender Designs, Hearts Racing Initiatives. Beautifully labeled with the Race Control logos on the side. The main rule for this car is you cannot hit the car. You got to choose the inside or the outside lane before it. So for example, if the first 3 drivers pick the outside lane, fourth place can swoop in on the inside and he's magically on the pole position. Now in that same instance, whoever is the leader starts the race. So keep that in mind as well. As you can see, we're going to let the choose car get lined up over here, and we'll sit here with this far chase view, and let's see if we can kind of count down who's going to go where. Colton Zimmer is going to have our first decision. I can almost promise you he's going to pick the inside, but let's see what he does. Colton Zimmer inside, Ty Williams inside, Landon outside, Landon Rogers outside, and as you can see, everybody will kind of follow in from there. It's kind of interesting where people decide to go based off where they go on the choose. Then we'll go ahead and get this car towed back to the pits, and we will get ready to go green flag racing. He's got to be very careful how he does it, because iRacing will ban you for going backwards. So if he drives backward, or turns around and goes the wrong way for about 5, or I think it's like 10 to 15 feet, you'll get black flagged and actually kicked out of the session. So you got to be very, very careful about that one. As we sit here, and you can see Colton Zimmer is going to be your inside pole. You got, I believe that is Landon in the 43 car on the outside with Ty Williams second row inside. And who is that on the outside of him? That is... Sorry, I can barely see it from here. My overlay has not updated. The number 3 of Levi Wilkerson. He is going to be that second row outside as he's pushing right behind the 43 of Landon M. Landon McLeod. I know I've murdered his name, but it'll be alright. And Colton Zimmer is going to come around. He'll be your leader on lap number 5. A lot of tight racing. You got 2x2 racing. A lot of people prefer the bottom line. A lot of people prefer the top. But Landon's going to get in the outside wall. Ended up getting into another car behind him. I think Landon's going to be stuck on the outside. And I think that's going to be caution number 2 for the night. Let's go ahead and pull that back and take a look at what we saw. So it looks like as well, I didn't even catch it, but it looks like the number 13 car also got in a little bit of incident, and it almost kind of worked out for him. I don't think this caution was for him specifically. It looks like he locked up and got into the wall, but it looks like the actual caution was for Landon McLeod and whoever got into him. So let's take a look and see what we think. Looks like the number 43 car ends up getting into the outside wall. From this angle, and I'm going in a slow-mo position, I can't really tell if he had time to check up there or not. It's going to be a very tough call for race control. But we'll go ahead and let them make a decision, and we'll get lined back up to go green flag racing. Yeah, it looks like the contact there going into the outside wall is going to be what brings out our second caution of the night. 5 laps of this 30-lap feature are complete. Colton Zimmer is still going to be your leader. Ty Williams in that 3 car keeps throwing me off. I see the 01 and I'm reading the 3. It's going to be sitting in your second place position. With what happened to Landon, Levi is going to reap the benefit of that, it looks like, and he will be sitting in third. Outside of that, you got Landon Rogers in that 4th place position. Dalton Bragg. Looks like that's the number 11 of Dalton Bragg actually in third. So it looks like I believe Levi Wilkerson may have been given that EOL. I'll confirm with race control on that after the race. But it looks like that was the case on what happened specifically. With the choose car rule, it looks like they weren't able to complete a full lap. So with that being the case, we won't have to re-choose. We'll line it back up and we will get back going as we sit here and wait for Colton Zimmer to bring him around this time by. And as you can see, Colton's going to bring him around, but you could see Levi was trying to do whatever, or not Levi, Landon was trying to do whatever he could to try to get under him. I thought he was going to be able to do it on that inside line, but it looks like not. Colton Zimmer's going to lead him around for lap 1, but Ty is on his bumper. You talk about giving him a nose, that's about all he gave him. Colton Zimmer's going to rip that outside lip with Ty Williams on the inside, and this is a classic battle of top versus bottom line. Who is quicker? As you can see, Colton Zimmer kind of running the middle into like a slider line to catch that cushion on the top. He's still going to be your leader on lap 8. The Ty is on his bumper. Not to mention you got Levi Wilkerson and Landon Rogers, both maybe 2-3 cars behind them, going in the same lines, bottom to top. It is a very tight pack of racing top to bottom here with 9 laps of 30 completed over here for the 3PG / Bender Design / HRI Recruitment Race for the Hustlers division for 3PG. That's a mouthful. We got to make that shorter, but we'll get there. Colton Zimmer is still holding a comfortable lead out there in the front. Ty Williams is still on his bumper. But let's take a look at some of this racing we got going on toward the back over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 9 machine of Landon Rogers. As you can see, he's leading around 4 cars right behind him between Landon Rogers, Landon McLeod, Dylan Patterson, and Dalton Bragg. They are all fighting as hard as they can to try to get in that top 4 and see if they can make any headway on our leaders here. As you can still see, Colton Zimmer, Ty Williams, and Levi Wilkerson. And Landon in that case too, they're starting to kind of pull away from the pack here. We got about 20 or 18 laps, 17 laps to go here. Still a lot of racing can go by. It looks like the only car in the pit as of right now is Holton Miller. It looks like Holton Miller's night's done, unfortunately. Other than that, you have 4 seconds separate first through 8th. It is a pretty tight field at the moment. A lot of good racing going on. Let's see who's going to get it. Take a look at a cockpit view over here of Colton Zimmer, our current leader. As you can see what he's dealing with, he's trying to keep his car as tight as possible on that outside line. About as consistent as you can hold a racetrack right now, or a race car right now with as slick as the racetrack is. There's a reason that he's sitting in first place. But you also got to remember, Ty Williams is coming. Ty is trying to see what he can do to get around him. He's really trying to make that inside line work, but I don't know if that's going to be the answer. The outside is starting to become fast, and what you're having, and you're already seeing it right now, Levi Wilkerson's trying to see what he can do. He's got a fast car as well, as we got a tight battle for second. As you can see, Levi Wilkerson's going to throw that slider, but you can already hear it on the inside. Ty Williams is bringing it right back on his own. We got a beautiful battle going on right now. And just like that, we got Landon Rogers in the number 9 car. I don't even know if they know he's there, but it's jumping in. We got 3 wide racing going on for second. 12 laps to go. It's going to get tight. You got Colton Zimmer starting to check out, but second place is anybody's race. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. Landon Rogers making that inside line work. He's going to go ahead and pass them both and take that second place spot. Ty Williams starting to move from the inside to the outside line, trying to see if he can get some speed back. And Levi Wilkerson's just trying to take advantage of one of their mess-ups and see if he can get a position. Where are we going to go 3 wide? He shut the door. Ty couldn't squeeze in there. He was thinking about it. I know he was. It looks like as we start to catch up, I believe that is lap traffic at this point. As we start to catch up to them, who is going to become a factor, who is not, we will have to see as they try to get around the number 13 car. Tight battle for second. Landon Rogers has got the best of the momentum. Levi Wilkerson was able to get around in third, and Ty got the short end of that stick because he's got some work to do with 8 to go. As you can see, that still front car just going by the right side of my screen. Colton Zimmer is still holding a commanding 7/8 of a second lead over Landon Rogers. Landon's trying to separate from that field. He started in 4th. He got the 2nd. He's trying to catch Colton with everything he's got, but he's only got 7 laps. Can he do it? And then, like I said, you got Levi Wilkerson starting to hold a position for 3rd, and it looks like everything's starting to settle out with that front 4. Let's go ahead and take a look at Landon Rogers here. He is doing everything he can to catch Colton. Let's take a cockpit view of him right now. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. What do we got here? Yellow flag is out. I'm not exactly sure where that previous accident might have happened. I'm trying to find it right now. I believe that's what it was right there. It looks like Landon, the number 13 car. It's not Landon. I apologize. Oh, it was the number 10 car of Helton Miller. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I got to get everybody's car numbers down once they get invited to the league because my overlay does not match. I got to get all those changed. Sorry for the frantic pause. But Helton Miller, it looks like that's going to be the culprit of our 3rd caution of the night. Looks like he got a little bit loose on the backstretch, and that's what ended up causing that, unfortunately. So we'll get taught back up to our leaders. And I mean, overall, as far as sessions are concerned, not that bad as we're going green flag racing already. Colton Zimmer is going to bring him back around. Five to go. Colton Zimmer is going to lead him around. Landon Rogers in 2nd. Ty Williams, it looks like he's able to make a pass for 3rd. Levi Wilkerson in 4th, and Dylan Patterson in the number 27 car making it into the top 5. Let's see if he's got anything for him at the end as we are coming around 3 laps to go. I don't know if anybody's going to have anything for him. It's still looking like the Colton Zimmer show. Landon Rogers is going to be the only one, but what can he do? He's only got 2 laps. He's got to start timing his move now if he's going to make it happen. Does he have anything for him? We'll have to see. So we got some tight racing going on behind him. It's hard to take our eyes off it, but man, we want to see this race at the end. White flag this time by. Colton Zimmer is going to lead him around for the very first recruitment race of 2025 Season 5. Third Party Gaming's UMP Hustlers division as Colton Zimmer brings around turn 4. Colton Zimmer is your winner for the first recruitment race of Season 5. Landon Rogers is going to bring him around in 2nd. And it looks like Ty Williams ended up getting it done in 3rd. Ty Williams was able to come back a little bit and get it done in 3rd. Levi Wilkerson is going to be sitting in that 4th place position. And Dylan Patterson is going to round out our top 5. Going 6th through 10th, we're going to have Dalton Bragg, Caden Searcy, Landon McLeod, Holton Miller, and that is our 9 entrants for tonight. I do want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Let's go ahead and get a view of our winners up here. Colton Zimmer is going to be your winner for the first recruitment race of Season 5. Landon Rogers is going to be sitting in second place. And I think something very unfortunate happened to Ty's car as we watched it get wrecked in turn one. So I think this is going to be the view we have for today's interviews. Give me about 30 seconds. I'm going to get everybody pulled in here, and we'll go ahead and start tonight's interview.
Where the fuck? Okay, dude, what the fuck kind of straight line was that? You can hear me, right? Dude, he sat there.
Alright, we are back live. Everybody, wanted to thank you all for waiting. I got our top 3 drivers here right now for our first recruitment race. We're going to start out with our third place finisher, who unfortunately I don't have the car in the picture because I think he sent it in the turn 1, Ty Williams. Ty, I've seen you in this position many a times. You've been in the top 3 many a times. How's it feel to be back and get a good start to season 5?
Oh, it feels great, you know. It's just getting on a new team and everything and settled in, and it's definitely going smooth.
Yeah, you threw me off for sure because I'm sitting here hitting the 3 button to try to find the 3 car because I'm looking for Levi, and I wasn't used to seeing your number. You're going to watch this broadcast back, and it was all in shambles for the first 5 seconds finding your car. Hey, but it's a good looking wrap. You had a lot of speed there. You got any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at Vanderpool Racing and especially Austin Vanderpool for this amazing wrap. Vanderpool Construction, 25 Enterprises, Williams Seal Coating. I might be missing one. Trying to think of it real quick. TC Power Sports, Elite Performance Industries, Element Outdoors, and Belling Race Products, and Turn 2 Photography.
Well, you definitely made sure to get everybody in that one, but great race in there, Ty. I'm sure I'm going to see a multitude of top 3s and wins out of you this season, as we always do. Heck of a job there out there. That's going to be Ty Williams, your third place finisher. Alright, we'll go ahead and move along. Second place is going to be the number 9 car of Landon Rogers. Landon, I know I haven't seen you a lot since last season, but it seems like you're right back essentially where you left off. If you don't get screwed, you're right there in the top 3. How's it feel to be back?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't very good. I actually just had to reconfigure all my controls, and it kind of felt off. But luckily it got slick, and I was able just to go slow and slow it down, and it worked there at the end.
Yeah, there was at one point, because I watched you go from 4th to 2nd essentially in one turn with that slider. I really thought you were going to have something for Colton there at the end. You got a very fast modified, to say the least. You got any sponsors or anybody you would like to thank?
Just Mad Fast Motorsports, LMR apps, and yeah, that's about it.
Perfect. Well, we definitely can't wait to see you, a lot more of you this season. And that is going to be our second place finisher, everybody, Landon Rogers. And then moving on to our first place finisher, Colton Zimmer. First off, Colton, I feel like I say this a lot. I feel like you do a lot of winning in the UMPs. You gotta have a abundance of confidence for winning our championship season, turn it around, and just essentially almost walk the field outside of maybe a couple drivers in the recruitment race. How's that got you feeling?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I don't really know if I've ran a UMP modified since the last season, so I had to turn some laps, get back used to them. But we're on some newer setups over at Majula Speed Shop because they've been updating them for Wotel and all that. So we've got some newer setups. I felt stuck to the racetrack all night long. I was a little tight though. on like restarts entering turn 1, so I got a little scared there that I'd get passed, but we were able to hold on. When Ty got to my inside, I decided to throw it up top, and we kind of found the top, but then with like 10 to go, I think it was, Landon was, I think he gained like 5/10 on me in one lap, and I was like, he has to be running the bottom, so I moved down there, and then we kind of equaled out, and that made me feel a lot better because I thought I was just really off pace for a second, but we were able to hold on and get the win.
Yeah, you were bad fast. I even brought it up at one point that with you running with Matt Julius, Shea Speed Shops, you guys might want to check them out because obviously they're quick. You've been dominating our leagues, and I expect more of that to come, that's for sure. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to throw out there to thank?
Yeah, just like think Magility Speed Shop, Victory Seats, Sweet Victory Apparel, and just everyone who helps me out with the setups and getting to the track every week.
Yeah, you're definitely killing it, and I expect more of the same, especially from last season. Of course, everything will tighten up with the league starting, but I mean, that's a beautiful way to start the season, that's for sure. As far as payouts for you, as well as Landon, I don't know if you saw, but we're doing $10 for first, 5 for second. Go ahead and just DM me, or I'll talk to you when the broadcast is done, and I'll get that taken care of for you guys.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. And that's going to be your top 3 drivers, everybody. Colton Zimmer with your win. Second place is going to be Landon Rogers, and rounding out your podium is going to be Ty Williams. I'll go ahead and get everybody moved, and I will go over what we have coming up next for everybody. Alright, everybody, and that is going to round out our very first recruitment race of Season 5 for the 3PG UMP Hustlers series. We'll go ahead and get the first round of invitations out for the league. You could probably take a guess on a couple drivers who are going to be getting it. Colton Zimmer is definitely going to have an opportunity to defend his crown. He definitely started the night off strong, getting a win already in our first recruitment race. We'll see if he has an opportunity to do it in the second one. We'll have our second recruitment race going on next week. It's going to be February 19th. That'll be next week on Wednesday. Will be the second recruitment race of the third-party gaming Hustlers division for the UMP Modifieds. Coming up tomorrow, though, on the 12th, we have the Regal Promotions versus Third Party Gaming Challenge Series. It's a 4-week event. Week 1 is going to be non-wing 360s. Second week will be UMP mods, and then we'll do non-wings again for week 3 and UMP mods again for week 4. Go ahead and get signed up. We got a $150 payout to the top 5. As well as more money coming in from sponsors and everything else like that as well. That's going to be a February 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in my Discord or Regal Promotions Discord, both the sign up link is in there to get posted. Make sure you're registered in the iRacing League, all that good stuff. If you guys have any questions, just be sure to tag myself and iRacing League admin in the Third Party Gaming Discord or somebody in the Regal Promotions Discord, and we will get you taken care of. For anybody wondering how they could join us or how to follow us, Third Party Gaming on all socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we've got it. If you want to join the Discord, discord.gg/3pg will be an automatic link to go ahead and get into Discord, and we can take care of getting you verified, get your roles, all that good stuff. And go ahead and check out the website where we'll go have all results posted and highlights up shortly within 24 hours of the race. www.3pg.online will be the link for that. Other than that, like I said, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for the Third Party Gaming versus Regal Promotions Challenge Series with non-wing 360s at Port Royal. And I'll see you guys all back next Wednesday as well for the second recruitment race for the Third Party Gaming UMP